like how big you are. So I'm down with them big time. They're good guys over there, and girls and gals. Hassan says, you both my teachers and mentors are here. Thank you, Hassan. Glad to be here. Let's move down here. Hassan, I don't like Ahrefs pricing. Yeah, there's a tool out there that you might be interested in. I don't know if they have Ahrefs or SEMrush, but they might have something similar. It's a Flickover, I think it's called. Maybe give that a view. I think you'll like that. Hey, bro, Chris Palmer, thank you. Hearts back to you, Amir. Going down the list here, what camera setup were you using before at Chase?
So I was using a Sony a7 III with a wide-angle lens and just like it's called an Elgato capture card that you put in your computer, and then you have a mini HDMI going to the camera, and then you have the big HDMI going to the capture card.
Yep. Oh, so you had the HD60 or the 4K version of the Elgato, or did you have the Cam Link?
I had the actually it was a built-in PCI, so you just put it in and it's already in the computer installed.
Yeah, the hardware. That's what I got. The HD60 though. The 4K was a little much. Moving down the list, Amir, what do you think? Okay, so questions are fine. We'll take questions. That's cool. More importantly, we're looking for sites and GMEs. But if you have questions, I'm here to help you guys, and so is Chase. So Amir, what you think about link tier 1, 2, 3 building? Give I more link juice if I go deeper like tier 4. Okay, so you want to know, can I actually apply more link power going out farther than a tier 1 or tier 2, like if I go 3 and 4? Chase, what do you think about that?
Dude, I don't do link building. I don't
know. Okay, fair enough. So with that being said, in my humble opinion, I generally, as you go, the reason that you're doing tiers is to power up your existing. And as you go, really at the end of the day, you always want to be cheaper than the link you're pointing to, right? So if my tier 1s are high quality guest posts that I paid $100, $200, $300, $500, $1,000 for, I'm going to power that up with, your $50 or $100 guest post PBN type links. And then you're going to point, what are you going to point at that? A niche edit, then maybe comments. It's getting cheaper and cheaper. In my opinion, you have your high quality link tier 1, and then you're going to utilize the next best quality to power that up to get the best push. In my opinion, that's what I like. So hopefully that helps you out. The reason for is you're going, there's no more use. I mean, you're just sending junk out there, man. Is the footprint that you want to create junk? No, when you're showing your hand to Google and to search engines and competitors, you want to show nothing but the best, or at least try to. Anyway, moving on, going down the list here. Okay, they're coming in differently now. Okay, all right. So they're moving quicker now. Cool, I love it. All right. So I'm on a new system here, so I'm getting used to the hang of it here. Tips for e-commerce ranking. Other than high bid and like eBay and stuff, I'm not really into the e-com type space. How about you, Chase?
Yeah, so I just got a company that sells. Sorry, there's a little bit of there's like an echo. I don't know if it's me or I think it might be.
I just turned me down. Is it still echoing or?
Testing. A little bit better. I think I don't hear anymore. So we have I just got an e-commerce site that does like challenge coins. So they're basically patches you put on your outfit, and if you're in the Army or in the Air Force, whatever. I think it's the same SEO that you would do on that site as you would do on any site. I think one of the things you want to figure out first is like, what are the main things that are driving the leads to the site. So I think one thing that a lot of people don't think about is that, you have a lot of these websites ranking, and most of the traffic is not going to convert. Most websites, they just are trying to get sales with cold traffic. And so what I like to do with national websites is try to create some sort of email opt-in that you would put in the pages that, info paste or how to do this, or, usually it's like those oddball posts that are ranking. Start gaining an audience that way, because you're going to make a lot of money on the back end of the website. I think we were talking about this earlier, Chris, but
for sure,
as far as ranking the website, you take the top 10 posts that are driving the most traffic and you focus on those first. I don't like working with trying to build new rankings with new posts. I would rather just take the existing traffic and work on that. And I don't know. I think it's kind of an open-ended question.
Yeah. Yeah, it's small, but there could be a lot of answers. All right. So next is Jeremy. Isn't Chase the main SEO guy here? Chris refers to Chase on SEO, right? I do refer to Chase on some things. He has helped me out with numerous pieces of different aspects of things. On SEO, our opinions vary, but I think that's why it's going to be good to have a chat together. So yeah, we're both main SEO guys. Amir.
And just for the record, Chris, I refer to you on anything that has to do with off page and things that I don't really spend my time doing. So like, I don't know anything about CTR stuff. I don't know anything about off page. I don't know. I mean, so I don't know if there's like necessarily an SEO guy. I think that we all have different traits that we're good at.
For sure. Yep. That's agreeable. And Amir, and what do you think about topical authority like hub pages that gain topical authority from content? I saw many pages, they rank on first page on Google without backlink, only with semantic hub pages. So if we take away the terminology, right, we're talking about, you saw a lot of pages that are ranking because there's a lot of content around a topic. I've seen the same thing. But that particular strategy, I'm assuming that, I'm not sure. Do you utilize something along these lines?
So are they talking about topical authority from off page, or are they talking about topical authority in terms of like having clusters of content?
Yeah, I think, like there's that, I forget the gentleman's name, but he's been popularizing this thought process of producing a lot of content around a particular topic. But so, I don't know.
So what's interesting? I was watching the interview that Matt Diggity did with Brian Dean, and Matt was asking Brian, he's like, do you think that topical relevancy has anything? Because Brian's been ranking for everything around SEO under the sun for like ever. And Brian's like, no, you can have one post that goes for SEO and one post that goes for toasters. And he thinks that, that it could be a thing, but the biggest thing really is just having really good, content that targets, and whatever authority backlinks. But as far as the whole topical authority thing, Brian basically said that he didn't think it was a huge sort of metric.
Makes sense. Yeah, but I do feel though, like if you have a bunch of other ranking articles and your traffic is coming to the website based on one topic and you write another post, are you going to do really well in that post? Sure. But if you launch another topic, another post, is that one going to rank as easy? No.
Well, no, I mean, I agree with you. I think that I do think that topical relevancy has its own place. I think that like if you're going to, and I do this with local websites, like if we're going to go for iPhone repair and then we have all these other keywords, like let's say tablet repair and Android repair, I'm going to still build those pages internally, link them to the homepage and try to build the relevancy. But I'm just telling you what, Brian basically said, that he thinks that, I don't know though. I mean,
one page, one idea, you can rank for anything as long as you have a good page. Yeah,
and I've seen it.
I agree.
What's crazy is I just audited a website, Chris. I don't remember whose it was. I think it's in my group. I could pull it up, but he had rankings for the most random stuff, and they were like hard keywords. It was like one was, this celebrity did this, and then the other one was like what to do with toe fungus. Like there was completely different, and they were ranking on the first page for all these random keywords. And I asked the guy, I'm like, are you just trying to find easy keywords with high search volume and then run AdSense? And he's like, yes, but he was doing it.
I have it. You don't really concentrate too much on GMB though, right? It more organic stuff, like website stuff, right?
I honestly don't really know. Like, I mean, I don't want to like undermine people who focus on GMB, but I don't really know besides like focusing on trying to build a bunch of reviews, building your citations out, getting some pictures and putting like the basic information on the GMB, like what else there really is. I know you do some crazy stuff. You do like, I was watching some of your videos and you were like getting deep in there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of additives, but yeah, I was just curious, because at some point when I run through these questions, I think it's going to be helpful. Maybe if nobody's going to give us something to look at, we'll go look at something. Yeah. I do have somebody that I'm just curious what maybe your thoughts would be. How about SpyFu? Oh, that's an oldie but a goodie. You ever use that still or not?
That's like the one tool that I think I opened once and then I didn't really dive into it, but I saw somebody using it and it looks like a great tool.
Yep. Yeah, it looks cool. Looks cool. We have a lot of questions though, so this is good. We'll start banging these out here. So since nobody's asking, I'll ask another. Do you believe buying backlinks is black hat? Well, I know that Chase doesn't really do link building. Like he doesn't seek out to buy links. In my opinion, black hat to me, when I think of black hat, I think illegal, right? Like it's not against Google's rules. Like it's black hat, right? So black hat to me is different. I think more like stuff, is gray hat. Do I think it's gray hat to go out there and go against Google's guidelines and build links? I do. Yeah, you shouldn't be going out there and doing these things. You're supposed to accrue them naturally from high quality content and have people link to you. So it would be considered as far as the space to be gray hat for sure. Yes. But I don't think it's black hat. Nah. No. You're buying links. I mean, who cares? I am Willaboard says, and thanks for the comment. Regarding location pages, would you build location pages for each service or just your main keyword? What do you generally do there?
I mean, this is probably one of the biggest questions I think I get asked. And
interesting.
This isn't a question you get asked commonly?
No, I do. That's why I find it to be interesting. And I do things. I'm just curious what your answer is because I do it a specific way when I get clients, depending on what they're trying to target. I build out location-based service pages. So
what I like to do is if I'm targeting I take a main area, like let's say we just did this for, I showed you that site that was ranking with the AI content, the web design one.
Yep.
We take a main area, let's say it's Castle Rock, Colorado. It's the biggest search in that area. And then we create the content, we rank it, but then we have all the other related services in that area. We create the pages for those. So like SEO Castle Rock, graphic design Castle Rock. And then maybe we have some sub locations around that area. Those are the pages I build. I'm not a fan of let's create a website targeting Colorado and then let's target every single of the 30 cities or whatever with all the different service variations, all the different location service variations. Because to me, first of all, I don't think it's very helpful because, I don't know, I just think that I just am a big believer that the website should be as hyper-local as possible, and that's what Google wants. Like Google would much rather see a hyper-local website targeting that area than like a Yelp page or some sort of directory. And I personally would too. I don't like going on Google and then hitting a directory and being like, I just searched. Like, well, now I have to search again.
Yeah. I need an answer.
Yeah. Like I was looking for an answer and you just gave me more options, So I think that the solution to this is to build websites that are really hyper local in those areas. I think those are the ones that actually win, and they're the easiest to rank because let's say you go for, Colorado web design, and then you have like 50 other pages trying to target all this stuff. It gets really hard to keep everything super relevant. Where if you have just web design Castle Rock and then you have everything around Castle Rock and they're all linking to each other and they're all, all the citations are saying the same thing. And then it's almost like it's so easy to rank those things when it's that specific. So
hyper.
I don't know if that answers the question, but in other words is I try to keep it within reason. Like I'm not trying to build, because at a certain point you end up trying to become a Yelp. And now you're like, now I'm the Yelp of web design, right? And now it's like, okay, let's go for California. And it's like, it just starts to like, I don't want to be another Yelp. I want to build a website that's really actually serving what people are looking for.
Answering the query.
Right.
Makes sense. Yep. Intent-based. Yeah, I agree. I think if there's something you want to rank for, irrelevant if it goes outside the location, you should have, like what you're asking, a location-based service page, like Castle Rock web design, Castle Rock SEO. That's a service-based location page. What I like to do for those other secondary locations is instead of focusing or pumping a site full of blog content, because at the end of the day, when we're talking about a local website that's for a local business, they're a commercial transactional-based website, right? So why am I loading up a site with information content? So generally what we'll do is we'll build out those location-based service pages and our supporting content. So website.com/Chicago web design / pick your city, pick your town, pick your location. That's my supporting content to support the main priority, which is going to be website Chicago or whatever it is. That's what we do. So I think we see eye to eye there. Good. Let's move on. Yeah. I hate those. I get a lot of those. They'll get kicked back to me. People they worked with an SEO agency and I'm looking at their site. They'll have 4 service pages and 90 blog articles. And they're like, I'm not ranking. I'm like, I wonder why. Because they think that you're freaking about moving tips. You know what I mean? I thought you were selling moving services. Where's your freaking service pages? Anyway,
that's so funny. I feel like moving companies do that too. Because I was working with one, and it's like they have this massive blog, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know what you can do though? I would rather work with a website that has that than one that doesn't. Because the thing is you just take those blog posts and turn them into service pages.
It is very, very helpful. Yeah, they serve a purpose, but if I have a transactional based commercial site, when we're looking at like the overall topic of the site or the intent of the queries I'm trying to rank in, when I go look in SEMrush or whatever, the site shouldn't be considered an informational based, all your traffic's information, I don't know. No wonder why
you're showing them how to move their own house and they're like, well, why should I hire you?
Yeah, there you go. That's right. It's fun, man. All right. Going down the list again, please, if there's anything you'd like us to take a look at, and we're not here to put you down or anything like that. We're here to help you. GMB, local related, it could even be affiliate. I'm pretty confident Chase dabbles with affiliate. We could look at those if you want. But it's up to you. But we'll answer all your questions. That's fine. Since nobody's asking. Okay. So we took care of that gentleman there. Okay. Regarding, okay. All right. So did we do this one already? Regarding location pages, would you build location? Okay. Next, Benny Koo. What are your thoughts on using AI content creation? People seem to stipulate that Google doesn't like that. Should I actually care? This is an interesting topic. It keeps showing up. And the reason why I think it's showing up is because in the last 45 days, I'm venturing to guess that a lot of people in the last 30 to 45 days have seen a decrease in traffic. And you're probably using AI content somewhere or a writing assistant of some sort, Yeah, I'm noticing that. What do you think about this AI content issue? You like it, obviously.
Well, and here's the thing. So, I did a vote and I said, because obviously like I'm building my own stuff and, I asked people, I said, what is one of the top things you'd want? And they all say AI content. So love it or hate it, people are interested in it. And it's just something that, from my own tests, and I've been doing my own tests, we ranked a local website with it. I've asked some of the top people like Kyle Roof, I consider, somebody that does a lot of tests. He says it works. I've asked Ted Kubitis. He says it works. So, from what I know, it works. I don't know how long it's going to work, but, that's the thing with anything though, with SEO in general, you don't know how long anything's going to work. So I think the real question that I like to ask myself is like, am I using the algorithm as a way to create sustainability? And I think you and I were talking about this earlier, Chris, is like, all these people coming to my website, doesn't matter if it's AI content or whatever it is. If I can get people to my website, I need to capture that traffic and I need to be able to build an audience and build a community. And I think people are so worried about, the AI stuff. And I think it is something that we should look out for. I think Google is probably going to, I don't know what the future is, but I know it works to a certain degree right now. And so.
Yeah. And I can't argue that. I guess just on a couple of sites, it's just, and mind you too, when I'm saying I saw a drop, we didn't change anything. We literally created it, pasted it, but I noticed on that site, you said it was complete AI, but you did take the time to optimize the zones, the heading tag, like you took your time there, right? Right. It can't just be copy paste, which that's where we're seeing an issue. So Chris says, if you guys want a site, I can give you a new customer I received today. Haven't started implementations yet, please. Yeah, we'd love to have a look, help you out. That'll give you a brief jump start, I would assume. You know, you got 4 eyeballs looking at it. Go ahead and throw it in there. I'll just keep going through here. I'll try to bust through these. Is it true that local domains like .cologne or Berlin rank higher in local SERPs? Because I do testing with a client in the 3-pack Cologne instantly with only 1 positive review. So having a domain with that particular dot, whatever it is, Cologne or whatever it is, do you feel that that's a signal?
Well, you know what's interesting? I was talking to Kyle, and he thinks he's done tests, and he thinks that the on-page signals of a website have nothing to do with the GMB. He thinks that they're completely separate. I don't know. I've always thought that that on-page does contribute to GMB or GBP. As far as like .cologne ranking, that's probably one of the only. I've never even heard of a .cologne, but I like it.
Yeah, it's for me on that. It's, you know, I look in the SERP generally. Like if I'm looking and it's all home pages, then I probably want to rank a home page. If it's all inner pages, I probably want to create an inner page. You know, as far as like, you know, .com, .net, .org, .cologne, you know, I it's irrelevant. But however, when I'm looking at most of the SERPs that I'm in, like DUI attorneys, chiropractors, roofers, solar, it's usually .com, .net, .org. But that doesn't mean it won't work. So I just don't have any experience buying .cologne.
Well, they say the TLD doesn't matter, but like they asked John Mueller, which we can't. I feel like we can't fully rely on that guy, but
yeah, I don't know.
he says that the TLDs don't matter. You know, .org. I try to do all .coms.
Yeah, that's me too. .com, .org, .net. I'm cool with any of those. Tom Blazik, what up? What up? What's up to you there, Mr. Tom? Good to see you. Great to see you. Nice picture, young guy. Good to see you, man. Glad that you're learning along with us. Hassan Chase, why not you make working live on projects like you used to do? I really learned a lot from it, and I really miss that. Why don't you do live work anymore, Chase? Busy with the tool or whatnot?
I've actually been doing them again. I've started doing the audits again, and then I started doing the we actually started today. We were doing all the conversion tracking for the new clients we got. So
awesome. So it sounds like keep tuning in. I'm sure you'll catch them live. I've been seeing you doing some live stuff lately, especially with the audit stuff. I've been seeing you on there, or at least showing tidbits. All right. Hey, brother. Hey, Rockera. Professor, good to see you. Good to see you.
Professor.
Yeah, I like that. Benny says, can you audit my client? I'm curious. Advanced Dental Artistry, Perth. Again, get the URL in there. We will be more than happy to have a look. However,
one thing, Chris, you need to tell them, because if they try to put it in, they might have already done it. When they put the URL in, if they put the actual .com, it'll get filtered out.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Your Chase is 1,000% correct, because I set that up. There's no URLs. You can't say any curse words, but URLs. Yeah, try to put the space in there. Put the, you know what I mean? W space, W space, W space. Yeah, put the spaces in there so we can see it. Yes. All right. So I don't know if it's starting over or what. I feel like.
Oh no.
It's a weird thing. Can you see my screen or no, Chase?
I just see your face, and then I see the comment below it.
Oh, really? You can't? Oh, you can't see the chat thing over here.
I can see the chat on the right, but I don't see.
You don't see me scrolling through it?
No.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's wild. Is it true local domains? Okay, so there's Cologne. What's up? What's up? All right. Hassan, hey, bro. What's up with you? I like Google Maps. It's working. Professor, it's been working for quite some time. It's a beautiful thing.
Hey, Chris, did you ever look at that McDonald's thing where the McDonald's was doing the GMB posts and they did like 100 of them?
1,000,000%. And I used that. You showed that to me, and it was so great for clients, because what I've been doing since the dawn of time is I'll create all the initial posts, and then instead of creating new posts, because Google rewards authority, right? Authority comes from age usually. It's the same within the ecosystem in GMB. So what I'll do is I'll go in there and create 20, 30 posts over the course of a week, sometimes 50. And then every single week, instead of posting new stuff, because we want to build links in there and stuff, I'll go in there and edit, and then it updates the post. And then they're like, oh, like I need fresh. I'm like, look what McDonald's is doing. Like, look at this. It's the same thing over and over. Like, trust me, they're not looking at this. Then I would get the rebuttal of, oh yeah, but that's McDonald's. Well, you're a brand, you're a business. What's the difference? Yeah. But yeah, I love that. I thought it was interesting. Benny Koo, can you audit my client? Oh, of course, put the URL in there. I'd love to. Google Posts ? I'm not sure what you mean by this as far as maybe GMB posts. I like posts to a degree. It can be beneficial. One of my clients' website is in finance niche. It's performing great because of Topical Authority. Topical Authority, probably. I've created a cluster of content, but I'm using Jarvis or Jasper now, I believe it's called AI. What do you think will happen when GPT-4 comes along? There's a magnitude of scanners out there. If these guys are, and gals, right? But if there's companies like Huggy Face or whomever going out there and creating a tool, giving it away for free that can detect AI, what do you think Google has? So just be mindful, be very mindful. And two, I don't know, just be mindful, my friend, be mindful. The pictures on my maps is deep. Okay, thank you, sir. Tom Blezick, sorry, just joined. What are you looking for? We're looking for any website that you'd like us to maybe have a look at that we can give you some tips on, perhaps, or a GMB that, hey, could you give us some tips on a GMB maybe? But websites, anything GMB, maps related, perfectly fine. Throw it on in here. It's actually fun. It is. I can give you 20 sites to audit if you want. Not 20. We just one. Just one is fine. Just one. William, good to see you too, by the way. I just have my own homegrown code on WP. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by this, my friend. However, it sounds interesting. And if you want us to take a look, please, by all means, toss it in there. I have a brand new SEO site I just started. Could use some guidance if you need something. Yeah, as soon as whoever's first on this list, as we're going down here, I want to get to everybody. I want to show you, if you give me the time and you wrote a message, I should at least click the button and have you come up here. My top 10 is city plus keyword. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm just redirecting to Google Maps and keywords on photos and link those with the businesses mentioning the city and the keyword. It's slow, but it's organic. It is slow. That's a little bit slow. I'd put some push behind that. Can you rank my business live? Marnix Mobile. Thank you. I don't know what you mean by rank it live, but is that the domain? marnixmobile.com. Is that a site? Because I'm looking for a site. We're looking for a site. That's what we're looking for. Or GMB. Again, anything that you have. Now you guys are going to be able to see what I'm working with. Now you can see it, right, Chase?
Yep.
So it's really strange. Like the new ones, it's like they're coming up, but then too, like they go up to the top. If I miss it, it's weird. Because it's like, oh, are these the new ones? The only thing that I'm deciphering these by is by time.
I think it's the bottom one, right? The bottom one?
Well, but isn't this weird though? Like, look at 1004, 1004, 555, 10. I feel like it is coming from the bottom. It is, but now look at this one. 1005, 1005, 1004. You see how I did that?
Yeah.
And then we go up 1013, 1013. Like, what the heck? It's like, wait a minute.
Well, we could just look at them on YouTube. You don't have to highlight them.
Oh yeah, I guess I don't have to highlight them. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay. Love Google Post. Biggie Cheese. Biggie Cheese wants to know how much weight is given to Google business profile based on its location. Will a business always have a small bias radius, or can I Pac-Man around and take some. So, Biggie Cheese, my friend, you can certainly increase your footprint, but it does take time. But yes, Biggie, you can definitely Pac-Man around for sure. All right, I don't see any sites in here or anything along those lines. Benny use clusters that are tight around actual and virtual locations. Hey, what's up? Chase is everywhere. Yeah. Yes, he is. Do you recommend adding blog posts only after you have built out all service pages? So once you have your service location pages out, I feel that, there should be some level of supporting content there, but your primary focus should not be blog posts. It should be, if anything, expanding your service-based location pages. And like you can almost do a hybrid or whatever you want to call it, where, it's transactional based. It's a commercial based page that can have some information. Most people aren't going to scroll down. So you can build out, most people are throwing up that, 500 to 1,000 words. You can have a decent size location based service page, and you could get a lot of keywords ranking on one page. So you can build out a blog, but it's not always what's going to be the best. Benny use clusters that are tight. Okay. I don't see any sites. So here's what I'm going to do. I believe I got through every single question here. Keyword, state, city. Chase, did you get any, do you have any sites that maybe we could take a look at
I have some sites that I just got I got a couple clients. If you want to look at some of the clients I just got.
Oh, we do have one here. I actually see one here if you want to take a look at it, because it's fun. We could look at yours, but I do see one that's coming in from somebody. They actually put one in. Could you audit my site, Socio Casino? You cool with that? Looking at a casino site?
Yeah, Socio. Is it for socios?
Socio Casino. Is that a .com? Did I not spell that right, buddy? Socio.
I found it.
Did you?
Yeah, Socio's Casino.
Do you want the screen?
If you want, whatever you want, I don't care.
Okay. So, all right. How do you go ahead, share it up? Auto add screen. There you go. And then here we'll auto add. It should just add it in. Show on stream. There we go. Socio Casino. All right. So we have Socio Casino here. Let's take a look here. So
I can't share advice on this, Chris, because I actually have a friend that's in this exact niche. So I can't offer any advice on this one. But you can do it. I just can't. This specific one, I actually just had lunch with somebody today that is basically targeting this exact same thing. I was going to help them out, so I don't want to overlap.
Okay. Well then, and two, I don't want to go giving your guy any tips either. So unfortunately, Socio Casino, we're gonna.
I feel bad. I feel bad because I want to help. I can't really. I would feel bad because I just had a 3-hour-long lunch with someone and I was giving them a bunch of advice.
And fair enough, and I'm sure that they're going to watch this. So unfortunately, it's just that's fair. That's fair. We'll move on. How about Marnix Mobile? I'm assuming that's marnixmobile.com. I'm hoping.
This one?
It looks Marnix Mobile.
Oh,
all right.
Hop on for extra deals. Whoa! I just went to iPhone repair.
Yeah. So that's quite Marnix Mobile. So I'm assuming that, when I get to the site, it doesn't scream to me that you're fixing phones. Not at first. Like
I
that,
thought
if it was
did
this
for a
photo,
while.
maybe. But this is the one that shows up first.
Yeah.
It
Well, look at the
wasn't.
title.
Yeah, it wasn't. Certified pre-owned smartphones. Are you selling phones? So I think some of the very first things is I would make it as soon as possible. As soon as you land on this page, I would make it massively relevant to whatever the primary service is. Get that up towards the top. Like, hey, we're a repair service. There you go.
I was just trying to see because it almost looks like they're targeting national, because I don't really see any local. I'm going to do a rank check on it.
Will this tool here showcase? Is it just going to give me like everything it's ranking for? Is that what you're looking for?
Just going to do a rank check. We're integrated with an API called Data for SEO.
Okay.
And basically they have like their own sort of metrics that they have their own database. So right now their number one keyword is Marnix Mobile, life proof, chalk it up. Not sure what that is.
What is Mamba glitter? Is that what that says? Mamba? Glitter?
So it's basically all their blog posts ranking. I guess, it seems to me almost like they're trying to sell kind of like different accessories or something for phones.
Wow. So I was even So again, I think, your site should scream exactly what you do, in my opinion, as soon as I land on it. Just the fact that we're having, we're doing quite a bit of work to figure out like what exactly do you do,
And then one of the pages that they have ranking is 404ing right now. So that page is actually 404ing. Whoops.
So that is terribly an issue. Previous rank. Okay. And then you're pulling in some pages. So you are getting a little bit of traffic there.
They're actually dropping rankings because look, the last time it checked, they were ranking number 10, and now they just dropped to page 2 because Google's dropping them right now like a rock because of that 404.
Yep.
Let's see this other page. This other page is up. So like, look, they have a phone case. Can you ask them if they're going for local or if they're just trying to get these national?
Yep. So we're taking a look here. Vasil Nav Izaya. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, honestly. But if you will, if you want to go ahead and just put it in, are you going national? What is your goal here? Where are you at? Are you going for local, national? What exactly is the total objective here? Just give us a little bit of insight on the site would be massively helpful.
It looks like their blog posts are helping them though, because they got like all their stuff is out of stock. And I wonder if maybe that's why they got rid of one of those other pages, because they were out of stock. But if you run out of stock, don't remove the page. Give them like an email opt-in or something and tell them, hit our top 10 list of phone cases or something. Don't just lose the ranking.
1,000%. And two, it says mobile, but then I saw computer stuff, which is always quite interesting to me.
Right.
Blue, the color of trust. I'm cool with that. I mean, if we look at colors, I saw a site before it was bright red. I was like, I like red, obviously, but it's quite interesting. So what exactly are you looking at first here, Chase?
Well, I mean, the first thing I wanted to do is I just wanted to see what they were ranking for. And then the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to just see what pages they have on their site. So they have analytics on all the pages. The response times are pretty fast. They have SSL. The titles aren't really doing anything. Look, Marnix Mobile, deals, got to catch them all, unlocks. So they don't really have anything that they're. It's like the biggest problem with a lot of these sites. Like, look, all these titles have zero purpose. Like they're just
a basic keyword that you're never gonna bring in. Yeah,
right.
Like so deals.
Right. So that's the biggest problem with this site right now. I mean, look, they have potential here. They got all these pages with keywords that are ranking, like wireless charger bundle number, rank 25, this one's ranked 27, quick sell Bluetooth speaker manual. But then if you look at the actual titles, it just says Bluetooth speaker. So like what they could do is they could start mapping out their keywords. They could say, all right, well, we're ranking for this. Let's put it in our title, and then they could start doing some on page, start grabbing the averages, right? Pull the top 10 averages, figure out, okay, there's 1,000 words for this keyword, right? Or
Yep.
5.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I think, looking at this data, obviously you're mistuned. You should have your primary along with the variation inside of there. That way you could capture everything. As soon as you get that keyword, go look at the top performing websites, like put that keyword into Google, see what the number 1, 2, and 3 ranker have as far as word counts, and then check the densities, and then mirror that page up, and then hopefully your site can carry you. What are some of the next pieces you're going to look at there in your opinion? I'm just curious.
So like for one of the keywords, right? Like the quick sell Bluetooth speaker manual, let's go see what was I need to figure out what the page was. I think it was, let me go back. Hold on. I have another tab while that one loads. So, hold on.
Are you running this site? Is this cloud-based or are you running this off a server?
No, this is all cloud-based. Trying to grab that page again. So it was Bluetooth, I think. Yeah. So the Bluetooth. So this page. So
wait,
now
wait a second. I saw something there. Are you going to mimic the surfer?
Well, no, we already are doing it. So like right now, if we take this page here and we plug it in, it's going to tell us we have a 22 score. So it's just taking the top 10 searches and crunching the averages, right? So 4,000 words on average for that keyword. So like step number 1 they'd want to do is they would want to map out their keywords for their different pages. Like this page would go for this keyword. This page would go for this keyword. This page would go for this keyword. And then they would go into the content, editor. They would go create the scan, and then they would determine, okay, for that average, we need 4,000 words. We need 5 headings. We need 6 images, right?
Yep. Makes sense.
So I would start out by I would basically map out all the keywords. And now let me show you, Chris. This is what we do with. Let me just show you really quick. 1 second. It is. So like with one of our websites. So like let's just take this one. So like we go through and we map, okay, this page goes for this keyword, this page goes for this keyword, this page goes for this keyword. And then we figure out the content score. And then we also figure out all of the keywords we don't have and all the pages we need to build, right?
Fair enough.
So step 1 is step 1 for most websites is just setting up the tracking. Step 2 is going and increasing.
Laying out the structure.
Making sure that all the buttons work. Like for instance, the fastest way to get more conversions on this site is to take all of their existing pages that we know are ranking. Like we go in the traffic checker and we know that this page is ranking.
Right.
And we go, okay, what's wrong with this page? Oh, they're out of stock. So like that alone, you see what I mean?
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have something dynamic set up to at least throw, like you're throwing pop-ups. I'm surprised you're not trying to capture something or offer them an alternative of some sort.
Right.
Yeah, I'm interested by that.
Or even just an email opt-in that says like, hey, get it when it's in stock or something, or shop for something else. Here's a free whatever. And that's the problem with most of these websites. But here's the thing: is like a lot of these websites will have these product pages, but then they'll also have like information type pages, like how to, or best top 10, whatever. And so like in the case of this one website I'm working with, it's called Challenge Coin Nation. They have all these blog posts. Like one is like OD Green Challenge Coin. I don't even know. They have crazy searches, but you go to it right now before I went on this site, and I'm just doing a test right now, but people were going to this blog post, reading it, and then just leaving. Like it was doing nothing. There was getting no sales off of it. And so there's
Right.
plenty of websites that have all these pages that have traffic. So you might as well just go put like an opt-in like this or something. right? Like join the Facebook community or something, anything, because that's going to allow you to start retaining the traffic. And then you can literally automate sequences where you're selling them on whatever it is that sells the best for you.
For sure. Yeah, you went through all that work to get them to the page, and then just to let them run
just
away.
Let them die. Well,
yeah.
that's what most websites do. Like if I show you this website's analytics, let me show you really quick, and I'll stop talking. If we go to this website's analytics here, what you're going to see is that there's all these pages that have traffic, and most websites don't even have a conversion. Like they have no idea. So look at all of these websites. We could go through all of these websites, and guess what? Not a single one of these websites are bringing in any sales. So why not start putting opt-ins there where you're going to start capturing the traffic, right?
And that is the goal at the end of the day for a website. You should be, measuring that, getting that onto the site.
Well, and not only that,
it's like
but
step one.
You want the landing pages, the informational type pages, to have, like you see how it says email opt-in here?
Yep.
Basically what happens is when they enter their email, it redirects them to a thank you page, and then a conversion fires. Of course, there's, so it goes here. This is a terrible, I put this up in 2 seconds, so I don't even know how to do Shopify. I just did this because that way now when that goes, you can go to real-time conversions, and you can see, okay, we just got a conversion that just fired. And so now I'm not just doing SEO, right? I'm going in and I'm actually I'm going to go in and I'm going to put opt-ins on all these pages. And guess what, Chris? If they get 0% conversions, what do? I just change the opt-in, make it a better opt-in. And so we start getting 5 or 10% conversion rates on all these pages. Guess how much all those emails are going to be starting to be worth to them?
A lot more.
So sorry, I kind of went on a tangent.
No, it's okay. No, it's good. I think that you're pointing out this is a massive flaw that I see though. When we spoke about this before, actually, one of the very first things that we're going to do as soon as even on local clients is we want to, most of them, like they'll have their pages, they'll have their info pages, but nowhere to capture a lead, So it's like, man, you went through all that trouble. You did all this SEO, you're starting to get traffic, and you just let them go, so it's kind of tough. What else do we have going on here? Who else do we have? Should we get somebody else here?
Oh God, we have so many people on here still.
I know we dropped a couple there, but
I think it's your turn, Chris. You should audit the next one.
Audit the next one? Let's look for one. Okay, so we went through all these. I'm scrolling down to the bottom now. I don't know if you guys can see.
Chris, they have hardcore burritos. Is this
true? Hardcore burritos? All right.
I'd be a little worried about looking that up.
What's that?
I'd be a little worried about looking that up.
Oh, really? See, I
don't know.
I didn't even think of that. I don't think I didn't even think of that, but that's funny. That's hysterical. No, it's an authentic deal here. All right. I love the name. Obviously, we all, I think that we can agree on that. It's a cool name. What I don't see though, oh wait, let me share my screen here briefly. And man, if you got to run, let me know because I'll just go until I'm tired, to be honest with you. I have a few emails that I have to send, but
whenever you want me gone, I'll get out of here.
All right, hardcore burritos. Give me 30, not even 30 seconds, 27 seconds here. I gotta take care of this. I gotta take care of Muttley.
Yeah, so apparently...
Sorry, I know the time was dead. I'm sorry, I was probably dropping people.
A lot of people are saying that the sites aren't getting through, and I think it's because they keep trying to do the .coms.
Oh yes, please note, like if you have a www, put www. Don't put any dots. Don't put HTTPS. Just put www space, write the name, and then put space com, and I'll know that it's a site. All right. That way it doesn't get edited out. All right. Along with that, we will take a look at Hardcore Burritos. And no, we are here to help as much as we possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the website. And, you know, I think that Chase and I, you saw how Chase went right to, you know, he was checking the technical factors, but more of like, what do you do once a user is actually there? You know, this is a piece that I lack in, which is, I'll hand it off to Eric, which is my partner. That's where he shines. I generally focus on SEO, so I think this could be a good mix. When I come to this page, it's like yelling at me, as in I'm thinking that this is probably just a menu of some sort. I'm assuming that you haven't set up maybe a site yet.
Wait, is that the homepage?
Order.online. Oh, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I clicked on website when I went to Hardcore Burritos. Let's click on this one.
I don't think they have a website.
Yeah. But you have something attached here inside your GMB. I'm not sure if you know this or not. So we just helped you out massively. You know, your website takes you to probably an online menu, which is fine. That's cool. But this down here where this says menu 2, this menu button, if you're trying to lead them in, you should have this connected to this, at least if this is what your menu is going to be. I generally don't mess with restaurants too much. So on this note, if you just have a menu up, you know, at least I would definitely make the GMB links work. So I hope that helps you out, Hardcore Burrito. Get your menu in there where the website is. Send them over to whatever you're trying to push, which it looks like that. I'm using GMB. I don't know what CHEC. I'm not sure what William's saying here to me, but we're not doing the .coms. It's just not going through. Interesting. Yeah, a few got skipped. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm definitely not trying to skip you. I'm literally searching for you. I want you to give them to me. I'm using GMB to rank. We're not doing the .coms. It's not going through. A few got skipped. How would you guys rank those? Is a ghost kitchen brand? Okay, here we go. Bioenergetics, something along these lines. I assume. Let's go out here and take a look. I'm going to primarily focus on looking at the SEO. I assume that this right here is going to be your website. This is a very unique name. This name itself is going to be super hard for people to remember. You know, I went through this personally. I don't know if you... I went, because I like to write my name like CHRSPLMR. That's my name on Blackout World, one of my accounts. Not my seller account, I don't think. But in any case, I switched back because I was having trouble with it. So this name is tough. I know it's hard to change a name, but man, who the heck could spell that? You know? But with that being said, let's look at the site. Or maybe it's just me, but that seems kind of tough. Bioenergetics. Bioenergetic dynamics. Okay. You spaced it out there. See, that's tough. Maybe it's just me. It could be me. When I'm landing on this page, I'm assuming, is this a brand play? Because I really like this so far. You have the information right up at the top. You know, if the main goal is to capture an email or a phone number, I'd probably move that up. The site loaded relatively quickly. I probably would come over here. The primary keyword is what? Wow, so this is really interesting to me. I never in a million years would have thought that this was a massage company. Never in a trillion years. Would you have, Chase? Did you think at all that this was massage? Wow. And I mean everything that I'm saying too is I mean this in the with the utmost respect. It's just wow. In any case, all right. So we're looking at the brand page. We're talking about massage. The name to me, I thought you were actually like an energy company. I thought it was going to be solar, or something to do with like maybe lab testing or something, or like I don't know, blood samples or something. So again, I'm stuck on the name, and I'm sorry. But aside from that, it's massage Port Orange. You know, when I first land on the page, what I see here, and I love the color purple. It's a great color. However, you know, if you're going to have the main lead thing here be, you know, the brand name along with your email address and your phone number, you know, I'm surprised that you're not having either a form or a call now, like a button to click that's going to allow a call, or also make this clickable. Oh, it is. Okay, good. But I didn't know that. Maybe underline this perhaps, but you do have this. In any case, these are small pieces, but this element here, I'd probably make these buttons so people know to click them. I do this every day, and I didn't know to click it. It didn't look like it was a clickable piece, so make it a button. Move this stuff up. Also, too, if we're targeting massage, which I think we are, you know, we have our brand up at the front, up at the top here. I would make this homepage branded. You know, keep with branded, because as we move down the page here, I can see here that for your H2s, you're starting to put in, you know, keyword specific, co-occurring keyword specific type keywords inside of your heading tags, which are very, very important. Let me see, is there any other pages here, or is this a one-page website? All right, it's a one-page website. So if you're going to run with a one-page website, all right, I generally wouldn't recommend this, but if you are, let's see if this changes. Okay. Wow.
Wait, is that the menu?
Yes. So this, you know, I'm not saying that this isn't cool, or you can't put this here. You can do whatever you want. It's your site. Majority, 90% of people, like even me, like it took me a while to find out not only what you were, but also to be able to see what other services you have. This primary page, your homepage, should be based on brand. Like when they land on this, it's an email form with a phone number and an email, and it's all about your brand. When we start talking about these other services, this should be up here in the top left or the top right, and I should be able to get to those service pages. As far as terms are concerned here, so we're in Port Orange, Florida. And what are you seeing so far? What are you seeing so far?
Pretty much the same stuff you're seeing. I think the only question really is, well, I think that the UX is going to be that's going to be a big thing. Like it's going to, I don't think that, I've never seen a website with a menu like that. But who knows? Maybe you can still do that.
I mean, I've seen the hamburgers, right?
But I've never seen it in the content. What happens if you click on it?
It gives me a drop down.
No, I mean like one of the.
It takes me to particular pages.
Well, and see, that's the other thing, is that it almost looks like the header of the website is
pushed down.
Well, but I mean, the logo, I almost think the logo looks like it's what a landing page, but it's just the header, I think.
Yeah, and then they have all this stuff down here.
The content looks good though.
Yeah, the content, it looks good, but I think that like this content, what exactly, like cranial respiration mechanism, Port Orange, Florida, should be its own page.
Right.
You know,
and this should be probably a local page, not a like this is answering a national term.
Yeah, well, and two, I mean, I am assuming that they're going for local primary keywords because they're blatantly listing out their address, right? They have their maps. I'm assuming it's going to maps, which it is. And then two, I thought I saw an embedded map somewhere. Maybe it's on another page that I clicked on. You know, in my opinion, so far, the first thing right off the bat is I would get this menu up at the top. I mean, this is cool. It looks cool. It's unique for sure. But when 99.9% of people come to a site, they're looking for a regular layout, right? You want people to be able to navigate the site. Like the EAT, if you get a rater in here, I'm sure this will get demotion, I would assume. So I'd get this up at the top, make it clear as day. The next piece is this homepage should be based on your brand, period, end. You know, I would just stick with this, move this stuff up, make this a button, and then get your hamburger menu up here or in the middle if you like the middle, up at the top. And then I would build out these pages. The next piece that I'm looking at as far as SEO is concerned is I don't see, let's just take a look at this. You know, we have about, let's click on this. The next thing too is it's terribly slow. You know, these pages aren't loading in a flash. Also, we're targeting local specific keywords. You know, we have Swedish in here. Nobody's searching for bioenergy dynamics. No one's searching for bioenergy dynamics Swedish, right? But they might be searching for Swedish massage, Port Orange, Florida, right? I'm sure that there is some type of volume there. If you're a massage shop, that means I'm assuming you're having people come in. So you probably want to start making those geo-specific, like the services, plus your location. I would make those service-based location pages. As far as the user signals, again, get this up towards the top. I would make this stuff buttons and make it clear as day, move this stuff up. I like the white. I like the simplicity of it. That's perfectly fine. Again, this is up at the top. Also, too, all of those links, like I don't notice any footer link, and I don't notice anything to make it easy for me to navigate to the other pages. Also, this is wildly helpful for SEO. And what I mean by this is all of those services. You're doing Swedish massages, you're doing gauze shot, you're doing cupping, you're doing deep tissue. These are your primary service pages, right? So deep tissue, Port Orange, Florida. That's a page. These primary services that you're offering, that should be in the header, the footer, and the body of the content. Also, your URLs. Your URL, your title, and your H1, they need to be the keyword. You get what I'm saying? Like that, it's like there's no way around that. It has to be that no matter what. You have to tell Google what you're about. They're not going to guess. So those are some of the pieces that I would do. Again, with that homepage, keep that branded. That's cool, but make it blatantly obvious that, okay, this is my menu. I want you to either call me or send me an email. Make that blatantly obvious. Homepage is branded. Make your service location pages, since you are a local website, make them location-based. Make sure that the keyword's in the title, URL, H1. Make sure that it's in you can navigate to it easily within that header, that hamburger. Put it down in the footer, and make sure it's inside the body content. Your site is wildly slow. You know, something that I didn't like is when I come in over here, I don't know what you have running on this, but if we look at a top performer, we're not going to look at these guys, but we're going to look at these. When you're looking at your leading competitor, I'm sure you know who this is. Let's take a look at their site. Okay. Let's take a look at one of their classic facial. That's an interesting term. But see what they're doing here? They didn't do the URL, but I guarantee you facial in Port Orange, Florida is in their title and it's in their H1. Let's take a look. Title, facial, Port Orange, Florida. Headings, H1. Let's see if they even use one. They didn't, but it's in their lead H2. So they're winning and they're doing exactly what I asked of you to do. So these are some key things, but let's take a look at the performance here, because maybe you're not wildly off. So how you determine if you're slow or not is based on what Google's rewarding. So head over to GT Metrics or whatever you like, web page tools, test, whatever you like, go to GT Metrics, and like speed isn't a factor until you're slower than the top performer, right? So if you're slower than them, you have to fix that. Okay. But I don't know yet. I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick little check for you. And we'll take a look here. I think these are massive tips to help you out. It'll definitely start getting you some traffic. Chase, do you have anything to add? These are just mini audits. I'm not going to go through a 250 point checklist, but
I think I also want to add in here, first of all, I think you got most of it, but second of all, I think audits really depend on where your site's currently at, because Chris was just saying there's like 250 other things. It's not important to address those anyways until you get this main stuff fixed, because you got some major issues, and the sooner you get rid of those things, then you can focus on, whatever the next thing is. But I think the biggest issues right now is like, got to fix the UX, probably got to fix the speed, probably got to start targeting some local keywords, because right now it looks like they're kind of, they're not really, they're more general, right? They're just like, we do massages. Well, where do you do massages? So fix those things first, and then from there you can kind of figure out what you want to do next.
1,000%. Yeah, that's a massive point there. You're not going to go through all 250, because if the first 50 are done, then I'm going to move on to the next 200. So these things right here. If you do those elements that we just spoke about, you will start to see an increase. There's no doubt about it. You might not rank number one, but here, so I am wildly, that's so interesting. Maybe it's because I'm streaming. But really this right here is
GT 0 milliseconds.
Yep. This is GT metrics. But really what we're looking at here is going to be this metric here, for future reference. And yes, you are running lightning fast. So, that's interesting. It seems slow though, didn't it? Or is it
did seem slow, yeah.
Like you are wildly faster. See this first one right here, whatever this is? This is the site. A fast site is about 800 milliseconds to load. That's fast. Like that's Google's, they said that, right? A second. 800 milliseconds would be considered fast. And I understand that's 1,000, but 800 would be considered fast. Lightning fast is 500 milliseconds. These guys are considered fast. But if you take a look here at this time, the first byte, 80 milliseconds, you're running fast. So you have that piece down. So that's excellent. It was just loading slow for me. Maybe it's because I'm streaming. So I take that piece back, but still there's a lot of other elements to look at. Let's move on. And here's your model. I mean, these guys are set up pretty good. It's a little convoluted. But let's move on. If you go back and rewatch that, exactly what I mentioned, I think you'll do great. Or better, I should say, but you got to get this fixed. Yeah. All right, let's move into another one here. Wow. Okay. So, that stream software you're using stinks in your opinion. Okay. No, it's funny you say that. Matt Diggity told me the same thing. He's like, dude, I hate this software. I think they're still working on it. So I'm sorry. All that is in the header. Yes, I would again cover exactly what we spoke about. I think you will see a lot better results. You really will. Those are massive things. Is paid guest posting good for e-commerce website? In my opinion, I assume that Chase might disagree, but I do feel that links that your competition has, whether it's a guest post, a web 2, a scrape box comment, a comment, if the competitor has it and it's on topic, then it's going to help your campaign overall. If you can get into the link graph for your niche, yes, you will do better. But you can't bank your whole SEO campaign off of links. If you only introduce one factor, Google will demote that factor for your site. I believe there's an algorithm. I don't know exactly what it's called, but there is an algorithm that detects that. If you start manipulating a particular factor, it won't even count that factor. So be mindful with your links and only build specific types. So in any case, moving down the list here. There it is. Click it. I don't see your click it. But if I find it, I will click it. Yeah, I saw laugh out loud. Gotta love it. You can do it. I will do it. If I see it, I'll click it. This is you? All right, bro. I got you, man. Here we go. Plainfield SEO. Maybe I set up some type of setting too inside of here to like really go ham on these block stuff out. All right, so let's take a look at this. So you're an SEO. I'm not sure where Plainfield is, but we're about to find out. If you have any other questions too, we'll do another one of these. If you have any questions that you'd like ask myself or Chase, please get them in there. GMB, local related, audit related, anything at all. So here's what we're looking for here. We're looking for Plainfield SEO. All right. So Plainfield, where are you at? Plainfield. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So you're in Chicago. Okay. All right. So you're in Chicago. All right. Plainfield SEO. So the brand name is Plainfield. Okay. So the brand is Plainfield. You're in Chicago. Very competitive. You're up there with my buddy Chad. So going to be relatively competitive, I assume. I think they're crushing over there. It's a tough market over there. All right, so you're trying to rank for essentially.
Are you talking about Web 20?
No. Nope. Why are you?
I thought you said Chaz.
Oh no, Chad.
Chad.
Yeah. Chad. Why have you talked with? Oh yeah, you've had him on your channel, haven't you?
The Chaz guy, yeah, he's cool.
Does he do SEO for clients? No.
Well, they have that site called Web 20, and they have like a crazy amount of clients.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, so let's take a look at this. I know you're in the SEO space. It's the only type of client I generally don't take. Are SEO digital marketing type clients. However, I can lend some help. I
think the question is like, are they ranking for anything yet? Or is Tom ranking for anything yet? Because if he's not ranking, I mean, Plainfield SEO. I'm trying to find the site. What was it?
Oh, it's plainfieldseo.com. Let's throw it in here and see what we got going on. I know some people like Ahrefs, but I like SEMrush too. See what you got going on. Oh, so you just kicked this site off.
See, but that's the thing. So like when people ask me for SEO stuff, I'm like, really at that point, if you don't have any traffic or keywords, I mean, it's kind of hard to optimize something that isn't there, you know?
Yeah, that's a valid point. But so let's just give, I'll just give a brief rundown of this homepage though, at least to give you some small tips. I think that can be very, very helpful because you did ask numerous times and I guess you had struggle getting the stuff in there. So the very first thing though is, it's one topic, one page, one idea. If you're Plainfield SEO, this page should be all about Plainfield SEO. And the three most important places should contain your brand name then. Title, H1, and URL. All right. Your lead H2 or your first H2 is probably going to be, I don't know, Plainfield SEO near me or Plainfield SEO Chicago. And then you'll probably have your map embed, your phone number, your contact us. So I think that's one of the first things that I'm seeing here. And two, like I don't see a phone number. You don't want them to have to do another click. You want them to have their answer to whatever they're looking for immediately. So learning how, I'd probably have a form here or a click to call. I personally like to have people on the phone. If they don't call me, I'll want their email. So, but I think, go ahead.
Chris, if their goal is to get SEO clients with this website, And you and I both know, even if they rank for Chicago for SEO, it's still probably not going to do anything because it's other SEO people searching that, right?
1,000%.
I would almost argue, and Tom, I'm not trying to kill your vibe here, but I would almost argue to go for something like web design because then you actually get clients from it.
Yeah, I'm not. I went in there and detuned. I had a page for. I ranked number 1 for New York SEO expert, but I went in there and I had a page up to 7 and 5, and I was getting a lot of traffic to the site. I went in there and de-optimized that page because I actually want to use it for other cities to see if it's the same thing. So I don't want that to be up there. But in any case, man, I was getting, 300 people there. And man, dude, I don't think I got any flipping leads, but I do have a GMB in New York and that generates leads for me. So I think Chase is on the ball there. SEO terms, they really don't bring in they don't bring in very many leads.
So I used to rank for my first ever ranking was SEO in Santa Barbara, which was like 300 searches a month or something. And then I started ranking in these other areas. And then I ranked for Maryland SEO, which had 2,400 searches a month. And I was number 1 for a while. I didn't get a single client from it. I got traffic, but I didn't get any clients. And then what happened is I started making these web design sites. I'm ranking number 1 for web design in Santa Barbara right now. And we actually took over the graph. So it's just our website on the map. So you can't see the competitors unless you type the other variation. And we get clients from that. And so I go and I will build other listings in other areas, like in Colorado or wherever else. We just built one in like Spokane, Washington as well, I think. But those actually generate clients. Web design, Santa Barbara, not Santa Barbara web design. Santa Barbara web design will give you the competitors in the maps. It'll still rank number 1, but this one actually look at that. You see that? Did you see the thing that just popped up in the suggested? See that?
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? Look, it actually gives you, that's the business right there. But if you type in either way, but it gives you that actual pop-up, and then we actually kick the competitors out of the map. You see that?
Well, and 2, it's wildly because of this. This is yours, right?
Right. So we did an EM. Well, we did. So I called it an exact match business because
that's why you're here.
Yeah, but the website name is actually not. Isn't that? It's abbreviated.
But I think you're winning this due to this, right?
Oh, I 100% agree with you. But that's the strategy. We did it. If you do iPhone repair Santa Barbara, we did the exact same thing. See, look, boom, pops up right there.
Exact match. Have you found though, I had this debate with William. You'll do really good for this keyword and maybe some slight variations. But have you found that it really limits, like you'll do great for whatever the primaries are. But have you found that it's limited you for capturing a lot more traffic to that site?
Well, I mean, the thing is when you're doing local though, you're only getting like one main search, right? Like what are the other related ones? Because like in this town, that web design keyword's 200 searches a month, and then the relateds are like 10.
Well, your other services that you're going to offer. Like so for these businesses, it's like you're only doing web design and you're only doing iPhone.
Well, yeah. I mean, what else would you do for iPhone though? Like,
I don't know much about. I don't know digitizer repair. I have no.
The searches the searches are so low, Chris. Like if you look up iPhone repair and then you look at the related, they're like every other service is 10 monthly searches maybe.
Okay, and then this particular do you run this business or this was a client, right?
No, I made that. That was my second business that I ever ranked.
Oh, I see.
I was working at it. So basically, remember I told you I was ranking number 1 for SEO. I told the company that was ranking number 1, I said, look, I just outranked you, give me a job. And so they gave me a job. And while I was there, I made this iPhone repair website, and people started showing up at the location, and the SEO company got mad at me. And I'm like, what do you expect? I'm an SEO guy. Like, because people are showing up to their building asking for iPhone repair. And so, so I realized I'm like, I have no reason to keep this. So I just sold it. I had a friend, that was struggling, and he was one of my friends in high school, and I sold him the business for really, really cheap.
Did you put this here?
What do you mean?
Did you get on Groupon for this service?
I haven't owned the website or anything for like 3 years, so he probably did that.
Yeah, because that is, man, there's something about that, and you pick up a lot of links. I love Groupon. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I don't know. So these guys don't do Android. They don't do iPads. They don't do anything else, just iPhone repair.
No, they don't. But when I was ranking the site, I was also ranking for iPad repair. So like if you look up, I don't know, try logo design Santa Barbara or something. I'm not even sure if we have anything for it, but
I spell that right?
Close enough. So scroll down. So we're in the map number 2, and then scroll
WD.
down. So then
WD, there you are.
So like number 3, I mean, I don't know. It's like a 10 search rate keyword, but it shows. I mean, you could still rank, but I would agree with you. Like the whole goal of the site though is just to go for the big keyword that's in that area.
And then let me ask you something. Is this when you were doing the Squarespace stuff?
Oh yeah, all the sites I rank are Squarespace.
Okay. And that's interesting. Is Squarespace, I never used Squarespace, so I'm not sure, but are they kind of like a Weebly in a way or no?
Kind of. It's kind of like a Duda.
Okay. Okay, so let me just take a look at something here quick. I'm just curious. And it's Squarespace, right? Do they run subdomains? Like, you know how Weebly will run and launch a secondary subdomain along with it? Like when you start these sites off, are they 0 as far as when you build in one link, right?
Brand new domains. The only sort of links that I do are citations. That's it.
But have you ever noticed, like with these sites here, the Squarespace, if you build one link, do you shoot right up to like a 10 or a 20 as far as like a DR, like really fast all of a sudden, or no?
But I don't look at those metrics.
Oh, so it does.
Well, I don't know. I don't pay attention to DR or PR or any of that stuff.
Interesting. And then how old is this site?
This one looks like 2019. This was probably about 3 years ago.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm wondering.
You can look up web design Colorado Springs. I mean, it's templatized. I do it the exact same thing every single time. I could do this all day. I just don't really need the clients. So we don't even have a map listing because I showed people how to do this and they reported it and turned it into like an adult entertainment store. But look at the organic search at the top. It's the first organic.
These guys right here, right?
That's me. Yeah. But if you look at it, the website, I mean, they're all the exact same pages. They're all the exact same. The content's altered, but I mean, I could do this all day in every area. It's not, but these websites actually generate leads. The SEO websites don't.
I can't agree with you more. Yeah, I've learned that the hard way. Have you ever tried niching down as far as SEO services? Like, I don't know, moving company SEO or
I don't do that because I'm not doing content for the sites. I'm only optimizing to get them more leads. Like when somebody signs up for me, I just say like, hey, we're gonna double your leads. Is that cool? And like, is that worth a couple thousand to you? Cool, let's do it.
Awesome. Yeah, I like this. I guess. Well, I'm really curious about those. I'm gonna play with one of those and see. I never even thought about using Squarespace.
I'm going to only build on Duda now. So like even my tool, the ShineRanker tool, I built that on Duda.
Oh, you use that as the site, and then everything else is cloud-based. What on the cloud, is it all Amazon stuff? Everything's Amazon?
Yes.
Nice. I like Amazon. That's why I even considered Duda, because I was just using straight bootstrap stuff. All right, so here we go. Let's do one more, and then we'll do some questions. Let's see if we could tag team one. We're gonna go up here, and then we'll just do questions, and then I guess hop off because I feel. Do you feel down?
Are you down?
You seem down.
Everybody keeps telling me that. That's so weird.
So, all right. So let's see here. That's DoorDash. All right.
Maybe I am down.
Yeah, you seem a little down.
Really?
You seem a little down.
Weird.
What'd you eat today?
Maybe I need to eat. I should probably, you know what? I should probably take a break. Maybe after a couple more questions, I should sign off.
Well, yeah, that's what I figured. You seem down. In any